Hey, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Yesterday, we had an amazing surprise with Ben Howard finally being on Tiny Desk. That's obviously very exciting. A lot of people have been waiting for that for a long time. Played some lovely variations, and right at the end, we got a huge surprise with a new song. There's a part of me that's kind of hoping there's going to be like an EP, like another Friday night kind of, sort of deal. But who knows? For now, I'm just happy we have a new Ben Howard song, and I spent the whole day yesterday trying to figure it out. I was even doing it while I was at work. My fingertips feel like they're about to split open, and I want to learn the Follies variations in a different tuning, so I figured I'd record a tutorial for this song before heading on to figuring out the Follies variation. Anyway, I don't want to ramble too much because I have a tendency to do that. So I haven't done a tutorial in a little while, so just bear with me if I stumble over my words a little bit, but hopefully I can be as concise as possible with this. So let's just jump right into this with the tuning. So this is quite similar to the tuning for both You Have Your Way and Unfurling, as well as his old standard tuning. Now, the tuning itself is going to be D sharp, G, C, F, G, C. So it is a bit of a weird one for sure, and I'll play each string open now for you. If this helps, by the way, strings 1 to 5, that's all just a full step below dadgad. So if that makes things a little more easy to conceptualize, then that's good. But I'll play each string open right now so you can tune to my guitar from low to high. There you go. Apologies if you can hear outside my door. My dad is watching a movie. All right. Let's get right into it. This song is not too difficult, thankfully. The solo, I definitely had to practice a lot. I'm not used to that style of soloing, so lining up where my fingers were moving was a little tricky, but it's okay. We got it down now. Yeah, all right. So we start out with our index finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, right? And this song is played at a fairly slow tempo, and I kind of had to be mindful of that, not to speed up too much. So just pay attention to that. So that 5th fret there, we're going to hammer on to the 7th fret on the 5th string. All right? And then we kind of just wait a moment and head up. Move your index finger onto the 5th fret of the 4th string, and that's your opening there. Pause. All right, and then we're going to hit the 5th string open. So, all right. Now put your ring finger onto the 7th fret of the 6th string and the 7th fret of the 5th string. So, and then drop those on. And we're going to pluck 6, pause, right? So 6, pause, 5, and then 6, 5, 4. Right? And now remove your ring finger and drop your middle finger onto the 6th fret of the 6th string. And it's the same beginning, 6, pause, 5, and then 6, 4, 5. So it's sort of a reverse of the first bar there. Right, simple enough. Now just pop your index finger onto the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and we're just going 6, 5, 6, 4, kind of with this swing. Right, 6, 5, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 5, and then 6, 5, 6, 4. So just repeat that. And then that's when we head back up, do that again. Now, he plays a little variation on this. I played this a little differently in my cover. So I'm showing you how he plays the intro. You're going to bar your index finger on the 4th, 2nd, and 3rd string, right? And we're going to do that 6, pause 4, down to the 6th string. And then he does this little trill, I suppose, from 4, 2, 3, right? But I just did it. 4, 3, 2. Made things a little easier for me. So, and then, you know, back to that same pattern from the first one. There's a fair bit of freedom with the picking here. He's kind of just, you know, doing some slight variations, changing things up, and you can do that on your own volition. It's a fun thing to kind of just play around with. So. And then back down to that 3rd, same thing. And that's when we get into the verse. A shred and grace among the common thieves. And that's exactly the same as that first run of that. Right? Now you can change it up. You could go. Do whatever sort of variation of that picking that you want to do, but that's basically all we have for the first 2 sections of that. So we just loop that, and then when we get on to where he says robbed but thankful, instead of going right back up to this, when we're coming from there, right, so instead of playing this twice, we play it 3 times. And then we head back up to that first shape. Thankful. So you don't do this part when you're heading into there. You just stay on this for another bar. And here, we do this twice. And then while we're doing that, the next shape requires you to bar on at least 3 strings. Right? I tend to start positioning my finger to that bar on the 5th fret as I'm playing that shape. So after I get that first hit on the 4th string, I lay my finger down to bar so I can kind of prepare for the next shape. Might be a tip that's helpful, but from there, you're barring on the 5th fret. You need at least the low 3 strings. You can go wherever, but you need those low 3 strings, and then we're going to put our pinky onto the onto the 7th fret of the 4th string. I guess you only need the low 2 strings, right? So and we do that twice, and then we just go 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, right? So well, that's the oldest trick in the book. Back down to that 3rd fret shape. And that's the verse. Now there is a one variation in the verse later. There's one variation in this pattern there. And there's just one other I'll show you for the verse, then we'll go on to the chorus and the solo. So the one variation at the start here is when he's talking about the green flashlights. You said you saw the green flashlight up the sky. Right? So what's happening there is we're doing this run. Now I only put my ring and pinky on there. And then I'm hitting the 5th fret harmonics on the 4th and 3rd string. So just very lightly lay your finger over the fret wire. Don't fret it, just kind of barely touch it, right? And then back to that same on the, it's exactly the same for the 2nd bar. But that's a slight variation, you don't have to do it. I do like how it sounds though. All right. And the other one is the last bar of the last verse, where seems the meaning of things So this is the same at the beginning of that first switch there, right? Seems the meaning of things is caught in the witness. Only difference there is we only play this loop once, and then we just play this twice, right? It's caught in the witness, you know? And again, you kind of have freedom with the picking. There are times where I'll all right. Anyway, yeah, have fun with it. Let's get into the chorus. So we're coming off of this shape, right? And then when you lead into the chorus, we say, "Baby, don't cry." I recommend doing, or, you know, just kind of gives it that like feeling of building up a little bit. So, "Baby, don't cry," right? So this next shape here, we're on the 2nd fret on the 6th and 5th string, right? So we're coming from here. Baby, don't cry. Now the pattern here, we're doing 6, pause 5, and then 6, 5, 3, right? And 6, pause 5, 6, 4, 3. So. And again, that's just the ones that I'm really pointing out to you are just the first one he does in the song, and then there's all sorts of different variations you can do. One of them that I picked up on is he goes 6, pause, he goes 4, 4, 5, and then 6, pause, 3, 4, right? So again, just pretty loose in terms of the picking there. Just as long as it's the right notes in the chord and in the right timing, you're pretty good where that's concerned. So we're coming from there. Baby, don't cry. And the next shape, ring finger on the 4th fret of the 6th string, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and index finger on the 2nd fret of that 4th string. Same idea with the picking, kind of have some freedom with that. You know, these are all patterns we've done through the song. You just can, whatever you're feeling in the moment. You can, I enjoy sort of having freedom with those things. So yeah, don't get too picky about it. But yeah, so far for the chorus, we're coming from here. Baby, don't cry. Some days they just catch. And now for here, I got the word wrong, didn't I? We're gonna put our middle finger, leave it right where it is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and put your ring finger onto the 3rd fret of the 4th string, right? Now the pattern for this, again, when he plays it, is just that same pattern we've been using, but we're gonna actually stay on that 4th string. So for each beat, or each measure here, so we go 1. Drop your index finger onto the 2nd fret of the 4th string, right, for that next one. And then open. And then you're right back into it. So for that chorus there, baby, don't cry. Some days they just catch your number. Baby, don't cry. Some days they just carve into you. And then on that last one, we're just. Now I transition from my middle finger there to my index because we have to slide back up to that first pattern. So yeah, I'm trying to think what other variations there are in the chorus. There's one where in this shape here, that second shape of the chorus, he'll bar with his index to get the 3rd string, and you know. just get that in there with the picking, which I didn't do in my cover, but you can. Yeah, and I believe, yeah, that would be the only real variation in the chorus there. Now in the second chorus, he doesn't even do the, run there. He's just sticking on that. So yeah, all right. I guess we can get into the solo. So leading right into the solo, when we're on that last shape of the chorus, right before we lead into the solo, put your pinky onto the 5th fret of the 4th string, right? And we're doing that same pattern, but we're just kind of giving that a bend. All right, 6, 5, 6, 4. Do that 4 times, right? And now, when he played this, he kind of fretted this 2 different ways in the video. I noticed he was trying to fret it with his thumb, but he was muting the string he was trying to hit. So he switched it up on the next run. So I'm going to show you the way that I find more comfortable, which is also the way that he did it, which is you're going to put either your index finger or your thumb onto the 2nd fret of the 6th string, and then I'm just going to teach this to you with the index finger because I think it's easier for that run. Pinky up on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and the pattern for this, we're plucking 6 and 2 at the same time, and then 3, 4, right? So off this, 2, 3, 4, and then we're into that, right? And now you're going to move your middle finger, leave your index where it is, put your middle finger onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then middle finger down to the 2nd fret, and then open. So, alright. Now this is where I do like to use my thumb. Put your thumb onto the 4th fret of the 6th string, pinky back up to that 5th fret on the 2nd string. And we do that same run, except leave your index finger on there for the last 2 sections of that. So, all right, easy enough. Now, you could also fret that. What would be another way you could do that? Yeah. I suppose you could put your ring finger onto the 4th fret there. It might be a little easier for you. Right? I just use my thumb for that. And now open on the 6th string, and we're on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So we're coming from just do that once, and then you're going to get 6 and 1 at the same time, back to 3, 4. And then you're gonna hit the 3rd string when you're doing that and slide it up. Or, yeah, sorry, 3rd fret on the 2nd string, slide it up. And you do that twice. And then hit again and hammer up onto the 7th fret on that 2nd string. And then we're going to learn that part now. So coming from this. Right? Do 2 loops of that. And now 6 and 2. So slide down. I'd leave your index finger on the string as well. I have both my fingers on there when I'm doing that slide. So slide from the 7th fret down to that 5th fret. Right? And then that's the pattern we've got here. So slide down, and then the 3rd fret. So, and then back up to the 5th, and back down to the 3rd, and then pull off. And that's when we get right back into this. Right? So, and you're kind of hitting. You're gonna pinch with your thumb and your whichever. I'm using my, it's easiest to use your ring for that up on the top because you have to get back into that pattern. Right? So when I'm plucking it aside from like, as opposed to hammer-ons and pull-offs, I am pulling off there. So I am plucking from the 3rd to the 5th and then kind of just leaving it as pull-offs and such. And that's when we get, again. So all together for that solo right now, we have this. Notice I stayed up on that when I was coming down here, but again, there's a bit of freedom with these kinds of things. Don't get too particular about being note for note. Just play whatever feels right. Again, so we're back right up to this. Now on the second run, he does go down to open on that second one instead of staying on the 2nd fret. So you can do what you please with that. And now we're gonna head up. At the end of that run, we're open on the 6th string and we're hammering from the 2nd fret to the 5th fret on that 2nd string. So and then 3, 4 down to the 3rd fret for three rotations. 2, 3. And now we're getting into that part. So this part takes some practice for sure. At least it did for me. So to start off, we're going to be on the 5th fret. We're going to pinch on the 2nd and the bass string. So after that hammer, we're going to do that 3 times. So this is even, right? We have 4 pinches of this, but on that first one we're hammering. Right? And then slide down again. Right? And then pluck again. Twice. Right? And now pinch down here. Now, when he played this live, he just did this. Sorry. No first string in there. We're just doing a quick little pull off there with a pinch. But I did a sort of... So you can kind of choose how you want to do that. For me, that's more... Oddly enough, it's more comfortable for me to do it like that. And that's why I did it in mine. So for that whole part here, we have this. And then we're right back into that run where we have a slight variation. All right, so we're here, go from the 5th down to the 3rd, then we go all the way up to the 7th. I use my middle finger for that, back down to the 5th, so. And then right back down to the 2nd. Now this part was tricky for me. This was the part that I struggled the most with getting down when I was learning this yesterday, where we stop 1 pluck early. So we were doing the 6 and 2 down to 3, 4, but then we just do 6 and 2 and then 3, and that's when we head into this next run. So this one here, so we're up to the 5th fret there on that 2nd string, hammer on, and then pluck again. And keep in mind, I'm hitting my thumb. Every time I'm plucking the 2nd string, I'm also hitting it with my thumb on the bass string, so. hitting that on the 5th fret again, down to the 3rd, and then hammering from 3rd to 5th, back to 3rd, right? So there's a lot of notes going on here, and it can get a little tricky. I highly recommend just... See, even I mess it up now. And then just doing open, back up to the 3rd, right? So... and then loop it again. And then this is, we do another loop of this. Now I do use my thumb for this part of it, with my thumb on the 2nd fret of the 6th string. We're going on the 2nd string from 3rd to 2nd to open to 2nd. So for that whole section here. And then back again. He goes up to that 7th in his. I just went down. But again, do what feels comfortable there for you. And back down to the 3rd. And we just loop that as many times as you want. I think I did it twice. Oh. And then whenever you feel comfortable ending, just stick on this, kind of give a bit of vibrato into that string there. And close on it. And that's it. I think I got everything there. I always get so weirded out during these tutorials. I feel like I'm really bad at explaining these kinds of things, but I do want to make the tutorials for you guys because I do get requests for them and I want to be able to help you guys out with music. I just feel like I'm not the best at explaining these things. So again, as I always say, if you need anything clarified, please let me know in the comments below. And I will do my best to help you out with that. And I mean, I'm sure at some point Pete's going to make a tutorial of this. So if mine wasn't clear enough, his absolutely will be, because he does make the best Ben Howard tutorials. So yeah, all right, shout out Bantam right there. All right, I hope that helped you guys out. It's a very fun song to play. Granted, I did get very frustrated practicing that solo last night. Anyway, yeah. Again, I hope this helped, and I really appreciate the support recently. The reception on the Finders Keepers video has been fantastic. I don't know how it is on my cover for this song yet, because I just uploaded that, and now I'm recording this. So, yeah, all right. Thank you all so much. Again, if you need anything clarified, please let me know, and I will do my best to help you out. Thank you all so much. Have a fantastic day. See you next time.